Hernan, it's really nice to see you again, and I trust you're keeping well.
Thank you, Rodney. It's also a pleasure to see you again.
Now, as you know, every year we survey our global team members, to understand things like quality, sense of family and teamwork, and the value we're providing to our clients. Well, on our last survey, participants specifically noted that you were a great team member to work with on global client service teams. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. But first, Hernan, tell us a little about your background. Where are you based? What do you do, etc.?
Good. Well, I'm Hernan Caire, based in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm a director in the legal and tax department of the local firm, but also part of the indirect tax network.
Nice. So you were called out as a great global team member. Tell us a little bit about your philosophy, how you approach working on a global team, helping clients with their most complex global issues.
Well, you mentioned team. We are talking about teams, and as in any personal relationship, communication and building trust is key for that. So I will start from there. And then understanding the client. So many clients now have these regional or global approaches, and we need to get used to that. And I would say also be realistic about our possibilities. Sometimes we see an opportunity, a regional opportunity, and perhaps we would like to do it ourselves, but that's not the best thing to do, is to understand really the need and who is the best in the firm to provide that help. And I can tell you one of these experiences was relatively recent. So it was a regional need for a client, a regional client in the supply chain area. So it was involving transfer pricing, customs, and many other things, tax also, but for many Latin American countries and also China. And for this work, we had the expertise in Argentina. We could check that. In fact, the client mentioned that. But we analyzed it was very important to do all the fronting from KPMG Uruguay. And when we recognized that, we worked with the firm in Uruguay. It was very nice to work with them and to adapt to their norms, because as the report was finally issued from KPMG Uruguay, of course, we had to conform all their practices, which are more or less standard, but they have, each firm, each country has its particularities, and we work very well, each one recognizing its role in that team, so that perhaps they had more interactions with the administrative and invoicing and the price, on our side more on the technical piece, and work very well. So to provide you an example.
Really interesting. So really nice pieces of philosophy, seeking to understand first.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And Hernan, if you had any tips, advice, words of wisdom for people who are either starting to work on global teams like the ones you're on, or perhaps already doing so, what would that advice be?
Mm-hmm. Well, take into account what I have said, and maybe in addition to that, be patient. At the beginning, it's not easy. So, and to get the results in this kind of projects or this type of work, things may take longer than in other projects. When you do it yourself, you don't need to align many things. When you are working with a team in different countries, etc., you need to adapt to culture, understand. So be patient, because if you do that, the results will come.
Really good tips, Hernan. So I heard practice with a sense of patience, be culturally sensitive, and results will come. So great words of wisdom. Well, Hernan, just again, congratulations on being recognized for being just a great team member in our global network. And it's been really nice to catch up and get your words of advice.
Well, the same for me. It was very nice, this conversation. And let's meet you in person another time, hopefully.
Very much looking forward to in-person get-togethers again, Hernan. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, bye.